Howdy folks, Cerebrit here, and today I'll be bringing you a Terran vs Zerg on Ohana between our red Terran player down here in the 5 o'clock position, StephanovTaeja. One of the most dominant Terrans in the scene right now. His achievements just this year include the ASUS ROG Summer Tournament, MLG's Summer Arena, the TSL4 Korean Qualifiers, and in the IPL Team Arena Challenge 3, IPL TSC 3, he all-killed Team Prime, the Korean team, which is a pretty big achievement, I think. And already down here, throwing out the GLHF in response to Taeja, is going to be E.G. Stephano, our blue Zerg, up here in the 11 o'clock position. Arguably one of the best, the best foreigner out there right now. Again, his achievements this year include the NASL 3, first place in that. He did take the WCS European finals, first place in that as well. He did, and he also won the Lone Star Clash, which was the kind of the mini tournament down in Texas. E.G. Stephano is also on his way to Korea, or I guess he's in Korea now, and is training for the GSL in one of the upcoming seasons. So it should be pretty exciting, and he should do pretty well. Standard opener looks like a hatch first coming out of Stephano. Taeja does have just a barracks coming up at the top of his ramp, nothing sneaky as of yet. To get away with the hatch first, even on a small map like this, is pretty easy as long as you have good overlord positioning. Obviously you want one outside that to watch for any bunkers at the bottom of the ramp, and obviously you want one going down to your opponent's base. Taeja is sending out a scouting SCV here. Driving the towers, just checking for Stephano's scout. I really didn't think Stephano would throw down in the middle of the map, but Stephano does have a spawning pool coming up. And Taeja threw down that CC right after the barracks, so looks like he is expecting Stephano to play macro game. And with a hatch first build like that, Taeja's probably excited to see that, because that means Stephano is probably gearing for a macro game, although not necessarily. Easily do a quick 2-base push off this. Stephano thinks Taeja's getting too greedy. But, like I said, nothing crazy going on here. This command center is about 3/4 away complete for Taeja. About to come up. He did build it on the low ground, which is interesting. He didn't even feel the need to. Oh wow! But he is building one up here on the high ground. Super double. I was gonna say he didn't build it on the high ground here and then lift it down. He just went ahead and built it right there. So 3 CC after barracks opening from Taeja. Looks like he is going into that heavy 3-base economy turn. 3 orbital economy turn rather. Still no gas from Stephano as he throws down that 3rd hatchery. And did Taeja take any gas? Taeja is rolling gas, but it looks like he just got some. Oh, he got some for orbital command, obviously. But that's about it. Taeja sent out a little force here. SCV and 4 Marines. Looks like they're going to be scouting out that 3rd hatchery, and they will see that it has been thrown down. Let's see if Stephano sees it. Stephano has not seen this force yet. Oh, he might have caught that SCV, but I don't think he saw any Marines. Let's see what his response to this will be. Taeja might throw down a bunker here. Yep, and he does. With these rocks not broken, it's a long way for Queens to get around and try to do some defense here. Stephano is producing 11 more drones, so it looks like he might just cancel this hatchery. Might want that barracks to finish before he cancels it, but I'm not sure if that's gonna happen. He might I don't think he'll let it go up, but he might. If he thinks he's not producing any Zerglings, I don't think he does not let the hatchery go up. A good call. and that drone will most likely bite the dust. It does. But this bunker is not in any position to do any real damage here, so he has to walk on the creep. And Stephano still hatching no wings. Pretty confident here. Those queens do look like they're going to drive off any potential aggression from just these 4 marines, but still not a fight Stephano does not want to take any damage on those queens, especially not if the SCV decides to throw up the barracks. But it looks like the SCV has gone home. The bunker, sorry, has just 1 marine in it, and it looks like it's just gonna sit there and wait for that 3rd hatchery to come up. Meanwhile, I think they haven't been checking bases. Bad casting on my part. There are some Hellions coming out from Taeja, who has reacted them out, as well as a Banshee here. Stephano just now making some wings to deal with these Hellions that he's just seen on the edge of his creep. But good, amazing pressure from Taeja, really. Bunker straight into these Hellions. Stephano just, has to be on his toes at all times. Queen is losing some health here. They might get it just because of the sheer number of Hellions. Queen is going to go down as, a big swirl of wings going to try to stop these Hellions. But, the Hellions going straight into the drones. Wings coming in to try to save the drones. Speed is not completed yet. Speed is just finished. And the Zerglings do surround those Hellions, and we'll clean them out of the base. But Banshee coming out right now for Taeja. Just every time Stephano defends one thing, the next thing comes out. This Banshee shouldn't do too much damage. He hasn't researched Cloak, and Stephano does have about 3 queens out, I still think. Maybe only 2. No, he does have 3. Nope, not even making a 4th. Seems pretty confident about that. Did start an Overseer, I saw, just in case Taeja did start Cloak. But Taeja's just going to use these Banshees to take out some these creep creamers and deny Stephano some map vision and some creep for later in the game. Stephano's sending a couple queens out here to stop these Banshees from killing that ever-precious creep. But Taeja's knocking down those 3rd rocks, and yep, right there is going to land that 3rd command center over at the 3rd position. Stephano has thrown down a 4th base here, just barely saturated with drones. But it looks like the Banshees are going to go check on that right now, as Taeja just has amazing map presence. There are some queens out here to try to stop these Banshees. He's going to try to micro the... almost saved that. A good transfusion from Stephano onto that almost dead queen. But the Banshees do end up getting 1 queen, and he'll get away with just 5 HP remaining on that 2nd Banshee. Pretty good micro from both players. Taeja not managed to save both Banshees, but did manage to get 1 queen. Though not really good exchange for a Banshee. Is a Banshee 100 gas? Taeja just has a small force of tanks and marines. Going to move out to try and make sure his 3rd is defended and secure. Some medevacs coming out from Taeja as well. Might try to go for some drop play. Not something you see a whole lot out of Taeja though. Not compared to other Terrans who really favor the drop. Oh, spoke too soon. It looks like Taeja did have double drop loaded up. Oh, these Zerglings are going to come in here and just try to surround the Marines. Infestors out for Stephano. Gonna be not easy, but easier to deal with that micro stutter step from Taeja. Coming out here just to kill some creep. The Wing's trying to get us around on it, but a nice pickup from Taeja. Just gonna fly that medevac on down. Might prime that up for a drop, flying over here off into space, or just healing up those Marines. Another small force up here trying to kill some creep tumors. Oh, Wings take one little shot from that siege tank, but they will retreat as well as the Marines will. And here comes a drop from Taeja coming up the left side, gonna try to get that position out of that army out of position for Stephano. Oh, but these infestors are right here. Beautiful. Will catch him with the fungal and drop a couple of infested Terrans down. We'll refungal, and that will definitely be cleaned up easy. Nice reaction from Stephano to already have those infestors there and ready. Another full drop coming up to the 4th base, but Stephano does see it and will be there. Oh, he does see it and will be there, ready to respond. It might go into the main, but I would assume it would just hover over here. Let's see where it has it queued up. He does have it queued up right into the main. A few lings already there, as well as some spine crawlers built. Oh, he does send more lings up there, and that should be denied as well. But the army of Taeja are going to move down close to the 4th base of Stephano. Just gonna poke in there and unsiege and move her back, looks like. Stephano, meanwhile, has gone up to Hive Tech. Where's his Hive? There it is. Has gone up to Hive Tech, is getting that crackling upgrade for his Zerglings, as well as throwing down an Ultralisk cavern and getting the that chitinous plating for his Ultralisks. Taeja, still just producing, steady Marine medevacs, tanks. Solid macro game from both these players as they're both sitting on 4 bases. Stephano trying to get that 5th back up. Will throw some infestors down here. Looks like he might get a couple of good infested Terran drops if he can play his cards right. Does have these 2 burrowed infestors down here, as well as just a couple wings. Is moving most of his army across the map, but we keep an eye on these infestors. Although the tanks aren't sieged up anymore, that might not help him as much as it would if they were sieged, as he could just, obviously drop the infested Terrans to make the tanks friendly fire on either themselves, or not themselves. Make tanks fire on other tanks, or tanks fire on Marines, as they will get friendly splash damage. But the army's going to move in here to the 4th. The tanks are on siege, as the Zerglings come in, they get a lot of tanks before they siege up. Infestors coming from the back, dropping infested Terran, a couple of these Ultralisks coming up here. But the Marines just microed back, are stimming and running back, but not that many medevacs here. Oh, as I say that, a bunch more coming to heal this. Just a small bio force out of Taeja's still alive though. Looks like he did drop over here. Stephano's, what was Stephano's 5th is now a dead hatchery and a bunch of little broodlings. Stephano does have Zerglings down here. Oh, right when I went down there, Taeja went to put that 5th base up. Is it an orbital? No, it's not an orbital yet. It's just a command center. We'll probably morph it into a planetary, but Stephano did burrow a wing there, so Taeja's going to have to deal with that before he actually lands. Just a small Marine, medevac, marauder, and tank force climbing up here at Taeja's 4th base, where Stephano's most likely to hit. Coming out of Stephano, though, just now throwing a Spire up, might want to transition into Broodlords at some point. Oh, never mind, throwing a 2nd Spire up, but not getting the Greater Spire. Kinda strange. Seems like he should start that Greater Spire, because why not, unless he's just going to go for Mutalisks or Corruptors, but I don't see why either of those would be a good bet. Looks like we have the Banshee harassing that 5th, just does not want it to get up, but these infested Terran will take that one out. Zerglings and infested Terran are going to hit that 5th command center from Taeja, and the infested Terran are really trying to get him to knock down. It is on fire. It's 17-7, and it's done. But in the meantime, Taeja's moving his little army down here, a pretty good spread. Only 3 siege tanks at the moment. There's a 4th and a 5th rolling up here, a 4th on the top of the ramp. So a decent position, but Stephano going for the counterattack with Zerglings down here to the 3rd. There are a few Marines and Marauders to stop this, but just losing a lot of workers. Let's actually check that workers skill tab. Actually not that many for either player. 6 to 10. Taeja did decide to move his army back. I don't think it was to deal with the counterattack though. He did deal with that pretty easily with this bio force down here. The Ultralisk catching a small group of bio, it looks like, out there in the middle, but the tanks will immediately siege up and try to save that Zerg army, stop that Zerg army from coming any further. The bank on both these players is huge. 6,000 minerals for Stephano, and 2,500 for Taeja, and both of them at about 1,100 gas. Stephano trying to get that 5th base back up, and Taeja, sitting comfortably on 4, maybe try to get a 5th up again. But right now, just sitting in the middle of the map with a decent army. Taeja's almost maxed out as well as Stephano, and Stephano's also morphing 6 Broodlords here somewhere, right here in his main. So gonna be a pretty big army, or pretty big engagements coming up here pretty soon. Some fungals on the bio as the Ultras and the bio. Oh, but he loses every infector. The Ultras and the bio clash, and he loses. He does still have 4 infestors somewhere, but Stephano, with just 6 Broodlords, 5 Ultralisks, and 4 infestors, is going to have a heck of a time against this pretty large 20 Marine army, plus almost 8 siege tanks. A little engagement again, but Stephano is going to be running back. He's going to try to stop those Vikings from coming in and hitting those Broodlords, as the Broodlords are pretty much all he has right now to defend this. If he could catch those tanks before they siege, that would help the Zerglings immensely, but Stephano, catches the tanks with the fungal. Beautiful from Stephano. Gets all the tanks but one, and it's just going to fall back, saying, I'll take that. Taeja is immediately in a much worse spot than he just was, losing all his siege tanks. That's going to give the Ultralisks and the Zerglings a lot more time to get up to that army and deal damage, as well as, no splash damage hitting this whole army. And suddenly, Stephano is not that far behind. It looked like he was a little bit, but getting all those tanks is definitely a huge part in this. There are, how many Vikings are there out for Taeja right now? There are 11 Vikings now, as he's producing those 2 at a time to try and deal with the Broodlords, but the Corruptor count is decently high as well. A little engagement here, going to fungal some of that bio, but if he doesn't engage, it's just going to be wasted fungals, as he does roll Banelings, Ultralisks, and Zerglings into the bio, but loses just about everything. More Infestors going down, Corruptors going down, Broodlords going down. Queen's trying to transfuse, but this is just not working as Taeja overruns them. Supplies are 171 to 140 and falling for Stephano as this bio just keeps stimming up and crossing the halfway point. It looks like Stephano is in trouble. He's producing 3 more Broodlords and what looked like 3 more Ultralisks. 16 Zerglings, just trying as hard as he can. Does he not have larvae? I don't know why he isn't. He doesn't. It looks like he only has 2 larvae. Some infestors left, dropping some fungals on this bio. Taeja's still marching ahead though. It looks like Stephano will manage to clean this up with a couple of those infestors, but at what cost? Did lose quite an expensive army, and does have the minerals to rebuild it, but not necessarily the gas right now. As he is sitting on 4K minerals and just using all his gas as soon as he gets it. But on the other hand, Taeja is out of minerals, but he has almost 2K gas. So really, these players are in kind of an odd situation. Taeja is getting that 5th base up now. Oh, dropping those mules on that 5th base is going to get us his mineral income above Stephano's. So Taeja is sitting pretty, going to be producing Thors now, and yeah, really a good game. A little engagement here in the middle as Ultralisks and Banelings are going to try to take on these Marines and Thors. Some fungals and some, sorry about that, infested Terran are going down. There are a few Broodlords in the back trying to protect these infestors. And Taeja says, it's a little too much for me right now. I do have more units coming out. I'm just going to wait. Oh, does pick a Thor up. That's pretty nice. Almost dead Thor. Does grab that. Not lose it. Has another one here that he might do the same too. Oh, he does. Zerglings, Ultralisks, and Infestors will push this Thor Marine Bioforce back. But these tanks come out just in time, siege up, and do get most of the Ultralisks. Just a really strange engagement going on here at the middle of the map. Just everything fighting everything. Queens hitting Thors, Ultralisks hitting Marines, Zerglings hitting Thors. Everything is going on here. Taeja picking up, trying to save as many forces as he can. A really small, three infestors, a handful of Zerglings. Gonna be 3 Broodlords, an Ultralisk, and 2 Queens. Just a really strange army out here for Stephano, just sending everything he can make. And really, Taeja's just starved for minerals right now. He can't keep up with the production that Stephano can, despite Stephano's low gas count. You know, they are both on 5 bases, but Stephano's gonna come deny this 5th, and it looks like he'll get command center unless Stephano goes to engage here. Or Taeja goes to engage here. Taeja will get 2 of the 3 Broodlords that were up right there. We'll pull back a little bit, let his medevacs heal him up. Stephano morphing 3 more Broodlords up here at the front. It looks like that command center did die. What's this up here? Oh, Taeja floating a command center out there in the middle for no reason. Looks like there was a small drop up here at Stephano's fourth position. Yes, it was his 4th. But that is going to get repelled as well by the Zerglings, who are just so quick, and with that 3-3 upgrade plus the crackling upgrade is just they're forced to be reckoned with. Biotanks and Vikings moving up here to Stephano's 5th. He's going to move the Zerglings into position to defend, but not a whole lot left here for Stephano. Really, some Banelings. Oh, if the Banelings can get in before the tanks. Oh, the tanks managed to get the Banelings before they do any real damage. And that was such a good hit on those tanks as soon as they sieged up. Just about a second before those Banelings hit all that bio, the tanks did focus them down. Great micro from Taeja, watching to make sure that his tanks are shooting what they should. And a real back and forth game from both these players right here, as all these Marines are marching into Stephano's 5th. Stephano producing 3 Ultralisks and 16 Zerglings. Taeja will march back to his side of the map, it looks like, as Stephano does have 5 infestors back out. They've lost a lot of infestors. Oh, a good fungal. All those forces are clumped up, and he'll take out everything on the ground. Beautiful surround and fungal from Stephano. Oh, wow, I cannot believe that. Stephano just getting all I don't want to say lucky breaks, but really just doing exactly what he needs to do the time he needs to do it to stay in this game. Both of them hurting for minerals, although Taeja does have a 3K gas bank, which is pretty insane for this late in the game. Stephano looks like he's going to run down. Yes, he's going to harass this 5th, but it is a planetary, and he will have to deal with that if he wants to stop mining there. Stop mining there, not stop mining there. It might have sounded like that. He will send one of these infestors down here. There are no turrets, so this infestor might be able to get the tanks to shoot a little bit. Oh, but he will just pop up a couple of infested Terrans to kill SCVs. And oh, Taeja's not even losing one SCV, just mining as much as he can, even dropping some mules down. And that will be cleaned up by Taeja. Taeja just dropping again. He might not even have dropped. He might have just ran a couple 5 or so Marines up there to harass. But Stephano will bury a couple Banelings here to try and prevent that. And oh, what perfect timing! Stephano's still looking at this. This is going to do some major damage. Oh, they roll over, or the Marines walk over. It will not get blown up yet, as he might do it here. Oh, he does! What a beautiful Baneling bomb. Something you don't see out of Stephano that often, but something you always love seeing out of Zerg players if they can execute it right. And Stephano, meanwhile, going for the counterattack. This planetary at Taeja's 4th. And looks like he will get it, as the army is taking, it takes quite a while to move from one side of this map to the other, despite its size. Not the map size. I mean, it's a small map, but it still takes mobile Terran army quite a while to get over there and set up a defense. So Stephano will just take that base and say good day and run off. Quite the game out of both these players, as I knew it would be when I saw Taeja versus Stephano. I don't know if I mentioned this. I do believe this is from DreamHack Valencia's group stage, though. The early beginning stages of that tournament, which was just recently. Actually, it was last month, not recently. Kind of recently, I guess. Looks like these armies are going to meet. Taeja is sieged up here just past the middle of the map, and he does have. He doesn't have a drop coming up. I'm sorry. But Fungal on a small group of bio moving forward, just out of the range of those tanks. And Taeja will probably just leapfrog his tanks and bio up here to start, well, at first deny mining here at this base, and then eventually move up into Stephano's production, into his national and his main. But both these players are going to be mined out pretty soon, as they both have been working on their 4th and 5th bases for quite a while. Taeja is going to be taking this out, and it's just up to Stephano now when he wants to engage. He has to break this tank line and kill this bio to win the game, and if he doesn't, he loses. It's simple as that. He is sending this one infestor. Oh, there's one infestor here in the middle of all these tanks. Looks like he could definitely throw the money Terrans that he needs, or the money infested Terran that he needs. Oh, but these tanks will unsiege, and the infestor will follow them as they move down to defense. Taeja's 5th. I didn't even see this infestor popped a couple infested Terrans down there. Oh, and that army just takes so long. You can see how powerful it is when it's not moving and it's in its own, it's where it wants to be. When it's not playing on its own terms, it can easily get crushed. And that's really what Stephano wants to bank on. Is banking on right here. He's coming in from both sides. A good semi-surround from Stephano as the Zerglings and Banelings hit the bio, and the Ultralists start hitting the tanks. Some Fungals coming out from the infestors. But it doesn't look like Stephano will have enough to clean this up. Both of them have almost no minerals, and Stephano's just making 20 more links. That's all he could do right now. As a small group of bio, some SCVs, and I think a few tanks. Yes, 2 tanks left in the back are going to move up in Stephano's 3rd base position. And all these drones from Stephano. Not a position you want to be in, as the bio is chasing down those drones. Stephano morphing 4 Banelings back here by his Ultralists? No, not yet. Stephano trying to pick off these tanks, just throwing his last units at this army, trying to kill it. It really comes down to this. Taeja is going to fall back just a little bit. Check their incomes. Stephano is not harvesting anywhere. 0 minerals, 0 gas income, and Taeja only at 300 minerals. Not the position you want to be in for either of these players. And on such a small map, it really comes down to, this is their army. Taeja, and there goes Stephano's, well played, and leaves the game. Really, it's a back and forth ZVT, something you love to see, and really well played by both players. You can see why Taeja is one of the most dominant Terrans out there, because he can make beating Stephano look almost easy. Hope you guys enjoyed this cast, and I'll see you guys next time.